So I just noticed that the cord on the Instant Pot that my wife uses all the time for cooking rice is in very bad shape and creating a very dangerous situation. Pretty hazardous. So let's see if we can fix that. Flipping the Instant Pot over so it's sitting upside down. So we just removed that set screw. That rotates. That pops off. There are 3 screws here, which I've already loosened. Disconnect here. Use the camera to zoom in. Look at that. Looks like it's a little bit of a locking mechanism there. Just grab that little lever right there with the pliers. There it is, depressed, and pull up. So, just like that. So we need to disconnect that. Let's pull the screw out and see what happens. Hopefully that just disconnects. Screw up, set it aside so we don't lose it. So that's disconnected. Now this whole assembly can come out. So we're gonna want to untie these knots here to get this cable apart so we can fix it, which means we need to pull this piece off. Man, there's a lot of noise and disruptions today. Just open that up a little bit and it should slide off. And then we're going to have to clip this one off. This will be much easier if you're trying to do it with 2 hands instead of 1. So with that unfolded, it's easy to pull the knots out. Yeah, sorry, I didn't really show that on video. So I've figured out how to get the cord out from this point is to grab it right here, some pliers, and rotate it. I don't know if we've got it far enough yet. Yeah, looks like we're rotated all the way. So I have to set the phone down and use both hands. Sorry guys, I'm really trying to show you best I can here. There we go. There we go, popped right out. So I'll just carefully feed these wires through. So I just cut this off, cut this out of it so I can splice here. I know, positive and negative. Well, on this side, your positive is the smaller prong, and your negative or common is going to be your bigger prong. And usually on 120 appliances, white would be common. A little questioning in that now, where this fusible link here, whatever you want to call it, the safety device is on the white side. So I'm wondering if that's kind of backwards on this one, which, you know, we'll figure that out here shortly. So, as I suspect, you can see here, coming back to the connections, the white wire is connected right here. You can see there's an L there. That's probably indicating for load side of the circuit. And over here there's an N1, which I'm assuming is, there's an N there. I'm assuming that's indicating neutral. So we're gonna call the black neutral and white load on this. So I've taken my utility knife and split down the middle of these two, and this side's my load side, so I'm going to put a bend in it for now until I can mark it another way. I might try and find a piece of electrical tape or something, but yeah. So that load side's going to go to the white. I had some painter's tape. I just ripped a little strip off to put on here to indicate the load side so I don't get them mixed up. So now we're going to strip the ends of the wires. And, don't need too much off, just 3/8, half an inch, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'd like to get, there we go, a little farther on that, just because it was damaged, and then we'll go a little more on this. So about a half inch, that's what I'm looking for on both sides. So that's on our load side, and what we're going to do is tin both of those and solder them together. We will be putting some shrink tubing over this before we solder them, after we tin them, and then it can, after it's soldered together, and slide it over here and heat the shrink tube. So let me just finish stripping these. Heat that up so it melts down in there. Look at that. That's looking good. So this is my next size up. That's quite a bit bigger, but that'll be a lot easier to work with. So that's what we're going to run with. So I am going to cut a length. I want it to be longer than my splice by a little bit, so, but not too long. So I think we'll just cut this one in half. So we got two pieces here. Slide that over our wire like that, and one for the load side, one for the neutral. Put those in place now so we don't forget them. Okay, and then we can come back here, and we are going to splice these together. So just like that. Just enough the solder to join together. Yeah, the solder's starting to melt. Pull it off, let it cool. There we go. Don't need that tape anymore. Slide that shrink tube over our connection. on both of these. So we want the splice right in the middle, which you can feel it to see where it's at. I'm just gonna use a lighter or torch or something for I like just kind of start at one end and just work my way across. Okay. You can see our repair on the cord's been made. Sort of. We got other repairs to make now because we had to cut this piece out. So we're going to have to do some improvising, putting things back together. Okay, so what we want to do now is feed our wires back through here. Start with the load side with the fusible link. And our neutral. Go ahead and put knots back in these. We're going to put the knots right back where they were. Neutral side, not in it, and let's do the same on the load side. Just feed that fusible link through. Keep tightening that up. Right there, and right at the end of our splice is where we got those situated. So, those knots will keep the wire from pulling through, but you can see it's still really loose right here, and we have soldered connection there that we don't want a ton of stress on. So, I mean, we could tape the crap out of it or something, but I have another idea. It's going to be a little uglier. I'll show you. So I did not find more shoe goo, which I might have some, but I did find this other silicone adhesive. A different brand, similar product, and it's got this applicator tip which I am questioning whether I want to even bother using that this go around. I'm thinking I don't need to be that precise here, so I'm probably not going to use the applicator. I'm thinking what I want to do is punch this, clean it up, put a little foil over that to seal it back off. Then after I use it, I can put some foil back over this and put the cap back on, and then hopefully use the applicator tip at a future time when I need more precision, which I definitely don't on this project. This is pretty, yeah. So here I got a piece of foil. We'll just save to put on the end there. Kind of act as a seal for the cap, hopefully. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully I don't make too big a mess. Yeah, I should have got wipes first. But they're not far away. I do have some wipes in the other room. I can run and grab if I start making too much mess. That's, again, why I have cardboard on the table. So, what we're going to do is just kind of coat these. In between them, like so. Coat around them. Oh, making a mess on my threads. I didn't want to do that, but yeah. Not gonna worry too much about the outside because it's gonna set that down, and let's just push this through. So it's going to kind of lean itself up. That's why I put it on the wires on the inside here. And then it's going to form around the knots in here. You can see that. That's going to hold that in place. What I need now, probably might put a little more in here. Just kind of add to that, get those on the knots nice. There we go. So this is probably going to do a better job than what that part I cut out was supposed to do in the first place. So, got a little bit of working time with this stuff. I think it's like 15 minutes or something. And then it takes a day or so to cure. So, basically, we're just going to let it sit till tomorrow morning. I am wiping the threads up on my sealant here. Try and clean that up. And I'm going to throw foil on. Hopefully this works. We'll find out the next time I go to use it. Hopefully it doesn't end up like the shoe goo did, where it was all solid all the way through it. So I didn't put any type of seal on the cap on that. So I don't know if that's going to work or not, but Who knows? And this really needs a place where it can sit for a day without being touched. So wrap some tape around there, kind of help hold it in place where it sets up. And we'll get back to this tomorrow. So it's been a day. I think we can peel this tape off now. Let's see how it turned out. Alright. Seems solid enough. I'm just going to put this thing back together. So, putting this back together, first thing we're going to do is put this clip back on the wire. We need both hands for that. Give me just a second. Okay, so we got this one pushed in here. Pinch that up. Screw that piece down. Hook up our neutral wire. Hook up our load wire. Line up for our screws here, here, and here with the corresponding mounts underneath. And install the screws. Just like that. Okay. So then we're gonna find where our screw hole is on the ring right here. Line it up with this one. Insert that and rotate it until that lines up. Okay, once I get it lined up here, you can see these are all locked in. And we can put that screw in place. There it is. Our glue job here. Not the prettiest, but it will work. Yeah, we can. Plug this in. Power's on just fine, and no longer a safety hazard. for now. If we have other problems, this one on the trash, we'll replace it, but not too bad of a fix.